Hello everybody, huge updates. Today we have a new stimulus proposal that includes a $5,400 stimulus payment. Let's discuss the details in this video. We'll also cover the unemployment extension and great news regarding the vaccine. Will you get the vaccine once it's released? Let me know in the comments below. Welcome back to my channel. My name's Andrew and thank you for taking the time to watch my videos. Don't forget to like this video if you like this content and subscribe for updates daily. Okay, we're going to discuss the $5,400 stimulus payments in just 2 minutes, but first we're going to cover what Trump said today and big news regarding the vaccine. And as always, guys, I like to be unbiased on this channel. So first I'm going to show you what Trump said, then I'm going to show you what both Fox News and CNN are saying as well to help you come to your own conclusion. Now, I've talked really in depth about Donald Trump's allegations of voter fraud, so I won't go too deep into it in this video, but I'm just going to quickly touch over what he said today. Obviously, he continues to allege voter fraud, and he recently tweeted today, he actually retweeted Catherine Herridge's tweet, who was an investigative reporter, who said, "From the Department of Justice spokesperson, some media outlets have incorrectly reported that the department has concluded its investigation of election fraud and announced an affirmative finding of no fraud in this election. This is not what the Associated Press nor the Department of Justice has said." Guys, do you agree with these comments or do you disagree? Let me know in the comments below. In any case, they're referring to the fact that major news outlets, like including Fox News and CNN, are saying that there is little to no proof of mass voter fraud, and essentially making it seem like it is a foregone conclusion that these cases will be dropped. She is slamming the mainstream media for coming to these conclusions, where technically the DOJ has not come to a conclusion, but the writing is on the wall, guys, and whether or not you agree with it, it does seem like Trump is not going to win these lawsuits. But in any case, let's take a look and see at how CNN and Fox News is covering this, and then we'll get right into stimulus, including the $5,400 stimulus payment. CNN, let's take a look at their front page, guys. Now, are they covering these allegations? Are they looking at voter fraud? Well, not really, guys. They're kind of moving away from covering this, guys. And you'll see Fox News is doing this as well. And they obviously are leaning biased towards slamming Trump for various things. And what I like to say is these outlets, they leave breadcrumbs. So they lead you in a direction that is biased in their favor. So of course, most of what you see here from CNN is going to be biased against Trump. And I call these breadcrumbs. Even though they might not always directly slam Trump, they are breadcrumbs leading you towards a narrative that is negative towards Trump. So on the front page, the DOJ is investigating possible pardon bribery scheme. Now, there's allegations that there are bribes being given to Trump and Trump's party in order for him to provide these pardons. Guys, let me know in the comments what you think about that. CNN also went on to say that there is no evidence of widespread voter fraud, according to Barr, who is the Attorney General of the United States, who was appointed by Trump. Guys, this is a Republican-appointed Attorney General, specifically appointed by Trump, who is saying that there is no proof of voter fraud. So again, the overall message here from CNN is slamming Trump, investigating him now for potentially taking bribes to grant pardons to individuals, and then his own Attorney General saying that there is no evidence of widespread voter fraud. So guys, let me know if you agree or disagree with CNN's coverage. Now, I'm going to quickly go over CNN, then I'm going to get into Fox News, and then we'll quickly get into the $5,400 stimulus payments. CNN went on to cover William Barr, who is the Attorney General, and said there is no evidence of widespread voter fraud in this election. Let's take a look at exactly what he said. He is quoted as saying, "To date, we have not seen fraud on a scale that could have affected a different outcome in the election." Now, this is straight from Barr, who is the Attorney General. And prior to the election, he echoed Trump's claims that mail-in voting was not secure. So he actually supported Trump, and throughout his tenure, he has been strongly in support of Trump. But at this point, he is attesting to the fact that there really is no proof yet. And again, there is a lot of allegations, there is a lot of testimonials from witnesses saying they saw things that would be insecure or could lead to voter fraud, but no actual evidence. He then went on to say, "There's been one assertion that would be systemic fraud, and that would be the claim that machines were programmed essentially to skew the election results. And the Department of Justice have looked into that, and so far we have not seen anything to substantiate that." Guys, this is huge because this is one of Trump's major claims towards voter fraud. We've all heard the claims against Dominion, these machines who count the ballots, and Trump has said that these machines were programmed to fraudulently change votes from Trump to Biden. Now, the Attorney General himself, Trump's appointed Attorney General, said that to this point, they have not seen anything that would substantiate those claims and no actual evidence to back those claims. Guys, do you agree with these comments? And let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Let's get into Fox News and how they're covering this, and then we're going to jump right into stimulus. Fox News in recent weeks has not been as strongly in support of Trump as they used to, and this has created a strong divide between Trump and Fox News to the point where it's even rumored that Trump will start his own media company, guys. But in any case, Fox is being mostly neutral as far as the voter fraud allegations, but they do leave these breadcrumbs, guys. And I like to call these breadcrumbs because they're being less biased. They're not outwardly saying, yes, Trump's allegations are correct, but they leave the breadcrumbs. They leave articles like this titled, Georgia Secretary of State Slams Dysfunction in Fulton County Recount. Now, this article is essentially making it seem like the recounts in Georgia are a mess and potentially fraudulent themselves. So again, they're staying mostly neutral on this topic, but they're showing articles like this that lead you in the direction of what Trump is saying. This next article by Fox, Trump campaign files Wisconsin lawsuit claiming abuse of absentee voting affecting 220,000 ballots. Now, that is not in strong support of what Trump is saying. They're basically just sharing his message, leaving you that breadcrumb so you could follow Trump if you believe him, but they're not outwardly supporting him, and again, not outwardly denouncing him either. So guys, let me know, what do you think about Fox News being mostly neutral on this topic with Trump? Do you agree or do you disagree? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, but it will be interesting to see if Trump actually opens up his own media company or even partners up with a smaller media company, because it is said that he will do this in those 4 interim years before the 2024 presidential election, when he will then run again. And guys, please let me know your thoughts. Do you think Trump should run again in 2024, or do you think he absolutely should not? Please let me know your thoughts. Okay, guys, let's get into news on the vaccine, and then we'll get right into stimulus. We have really good news regarding the vaccine and plans for who will get this vaccine first. And let me know, will you get this vaccine as soon as it's released, or are you going to wait and see how it affects others, or will you not even get it at all? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. This article by CNN is titled, Healthcare Workers and Long-Term Care Facility Residents Should Get the COVID Vaccine First, according to the CDC vaccine advisors. Okay, advisors from the CDC voted 13-1 on Tuesday to recommend that both healthcare workers and residents of long-term care facilities to be the first in line for any vaccines that get emergency authorization use from the FDA. Now, just to recap, first the FDA has to approve these vaccines for emergency use, and then the CDC has to come out and give the guidelines to actually administer these vaccines and to whom should be given these vaccines first. And as you can see, they want doctors, nurses, those that work in nursing homes, even nurse assistants to get these vaccines first, then those who actually live in the nursing homes, and then after that, they want those who are most at risk, those with pre-existing health conditions like diabetes, obesity, those who smoke, things of that nature, to then get the vaccine as well. Then after that, they're saying that the frontline workers should get it as well. So those who work in grocery stores, pharmacies, food production, things of that nature, basically essential workers, those who are not able to stay home during the stay-at-home order. And these are going to be done in multiple phases. So guys, let me know what you think of that plan. Do you guys think that is a fair phased plan, or do you disagree? There was a bit of controversy. Like, as I said earlier, this received a 13-1 vote. That means one person on the CDC panel actually voted against this. And the reason they voted against this was because these studies for these vaccines did not include a lot of elderly individuals and did not include a lot of individuals who lived in nursing homes. And that is worrying some people because the long-term safety of this vaccine has not been established. Obviously, they've been testing these vaccines for half a year, but the long-term effects are still unknown. Now, generally, these vaccines tend to be safe, so there's the assumption that they will be. But again, The one person that voted against them was concerned against those long-term effects. Now, do you agree with that person or do you disagree? And are you worried about the long-term effects of this vaccine? In any case, Dr. Fauci said that for this vaccine to reach herd immunity for the country, we need at least 75% of people to get this vaccine. That means if you get it, you will be protected. It will, on the small scale, help you be able to be more protected from the virus, be able to see your family with less risk of infecting them. But on the large scale, to reach herd immunity and be able to fully go back to normal, we need 75% of the people to get this vaccine. So I'm actually really interested to see in the comments if you guys are willing to or not willing to get this vaccine. The most recent polls show that just over 50% of people say they'll get it. Again, we'll have to wait and see what actually happens. To put it in perspective, about 50% of people get the flu shot every year. So that would be on par with that as well. Okay, guys, let's get right into stimulus, and we'll also cover the $5,400 stimulus payment that could potentially be approved. Now, as you all have most likely heard by now, there was a bipartisan stimulus package that was just proposed, and this was a $900 billion package and includes an unemployment boost, money for states, as well as many other things. But unfortunately, this did not include stimulus checks, guys. And to be honest with you, this is why I do not like this package. But let's get right into this package and what the odds are of it passing. Now, this is a bipartisan relief bill. That means that a group of both Democrats and Republicans put this together. And to be honest with you, it's a reasonable compromise. It is something that has a framework of a realistic stimulus package. But for me, a deal breaker is not including stimulus checks. And let me know in the comments if you agree with that, guys. Do you support any stimulus without stimulus checks? The framework of this bill includes $288 billion for small businesses, $160 billion for state and local governments, $180 billion to fund a $300 per week unemployment boost, which would last 18 weeks. It would also put $16 billion into the vaccine distribution, testing, and contact tracing, $82 billion into education, and $45 billion into transportation. Okay, so that's great news, guys. An unemployment boost of $300 per week for 18 weeks. That equals $5,400, guys. That is a huge stimulus boost. And let me know in the comments if you like that idea. Unfortunately, Mitch McConnell had a lot to say as well. We're going to get into what Mitch said, but first, let me know if you like Mitch or not. I'm surprised if you like Mitch because I haven't seen a single person say they like McConnell, honestly. So if you do, let me know. He did say something interesting, though, regarding stimulus. Mitch McConnell said, in response to this package that was proposed today, he said a spending bill and a pandemic relief bill would likely come in one package, which would need to be approved by December 11th. Guys, that is a huge comment because, as you know, the government needs to approve a spending bill for 2021 by December 11th, or parts of the government will shut down. And McConnell alluded to the fact that he thinks that this pandemic stimulus will most likely be lumped in with this spending bill. Guys, that is huge news because that is set to come by December 11th. So that statement by McConnell actually provides hope that we might get a stimulus check this year and possibly even before Christmas. Guys, that would be truly amazing. But let's recap exactly what this bipartisan bill includes, and then we'll get into what Mitch McConnell is saying and where negotiations stand today. Now, overall, this bill, which includes the unemployment boost, money for state and local governments, and money to crush the vaccine, as I said, $160 billion goes to state and local governments, $180 billion goes to the unemployment insurance, $288 billion goes to PPP and small business funding, $12 billion goes to community lender support, $45 billion goes to the airlines, the trains, and the buses, $16 billion goes to vaccines, $35 billion goes to healthcare relief fund, $82 billion goes to education, $4 billion to student loans. Another really good news aspect, $25 billion goes to housing assistance, and $10 billion will go to child care assistance as well, guys. These are all really good things that I hope they include for the good American people who need this help. But where do negotiations stand today? Well, Mitch McConnell continues to be a problem. He continues to be adamant about spending on a small focused bill and does not want to spend anything above $500 billion. Guys, this is truly disappointing because there's been a lot of rumors that Biden might be able to potentially get McConnell to spend more on a stimulus because McConnell and Biden do have a history of making deals. They worked together for years when Biden was in the White House. When Biden was in the White House as vice president, and now Mitch McConnell is sticking to his guns. And the worst part about McConnell's bill is it is essentially a small business stimulus, guys. And he has torn this down even further. Mitch McConnell wants to spend even less than the original skinny bill. Guys, can you believe that? He wants to spend less. Now, this would not include stimulus checks, and it would only include an unemployment boost for 4 weeks. And virtually all the rest of the money in this bill is for small businesses. He wants to include $300 billion for small businesses, $31 billion to distribute the vaccine, and then protect businesses from being sued if their customers or employees get the illness, as well as creating a lot of tax cuts for small businesses as well. Now, I'm all for small business, guys. I would love for small business to get this help, but these packages need to include more for the average American, guys. Please like this video if you agree. I am truly shocked that after everything we've been through, McConnell wants to spend even less on this bill. He has gone down from $500 billion to potentially even less because the unemployment boost would only last for 4 weeks. Guys, and as we know, unemployment has only gotten worse this month. Cases of the illness continue to spike, and as this winter comes, economists agree that we need another stimulus package approved quickly or we risk falling into a deeper recession, guys. So please don't forget to subscribe for updates daily. I'll keep you posted on negotiations and when the next package will be approved. Hopefully this bipartisan package will be approved and we can get McConnell to compromise on a deal. If not, we will most likely have to wait until January when Biden is inaugurated to get closure on the next stimulus package, guys. Okay, let's do a quick update on unemployment and then I'm going to have to end this video. Guys, there was huge, terrible news in California. There has been mass unemployment fraud, now estimated to be over $400 million, guys. This is truly ridiculous and just truly terrible, guys. You know, these unemployment stimuluses were approved for people that really need the help, people who have been suffering, tax-paying Americans who deserve the help after everything we've been through. And it's come to light that hundreds of millions of dollars have been fraudulently spent through the unemployment system. Now, as you all know, when this pandemic hit back in March and April, this unemployment boost was approved quickly, and they made it very easy to get approved for the unemployment boost. Basically, all you had to do was self-certify that you were unemployed due to the pandemic, and you would either get unemployment checks or unemployment debit cards sent directly to you. Now, it's come to light that a huge scam came about where people applied for unemployment for those who are in jail. Many of these people are in jail for life or even on death row, guys. People who committed terrible crimes and their friends, potentially friends and family, they're still not sure, were involved in this scam and they stole hundreds of millions of dollars. Now, it doesn't seem like this was just a handful of individuals, like a syndicate, like a small group who coordinated this. This was just mass scale, multiple groups doing this. And it came to light because one small group was caught in California, and then the unemployment department themselves went on to investigate to see how much potential fraud they could be. And this is the current estimate, guys. And as of now, they have not arrested anybody. And the real sad thing about this is that money could have gone to people that needed it. People who are not in jail, people who are out there trying to pay their rent and trying to pay their mortgage and really need the help throughout this crisis, as well as these unemployment claims created a huge backlog where some of these scams received their unemployment payments before people who really needed them, guys. Okay? This is just something really interesting. I just wanted to throw out there and let you guys know this happened. But guys, don't forget to subscribe for updates daily. And if you like this content, guys, please like it and subscribe. If you made it this far into my video, thank you so much for supporting my channel. It really means the world to me, and I really do appreciate every single view. My thoughts go out to each and every one of you during this hardship. I've had so many comments from people who truly deserve the help, and if you're watching this video, you're probably going through a difficult season in your life. Just know that you will get through this, and you will be in a better place. Stay strong out there and keep taking steps towards a better tomorrow. Thanks again for watching and have a great day.